Greetings, YouTube. This is a shot of KT1. Shout out KT1. His video, I guess. Shout out to my man Earth25 who sent this to me. I want to give KT, his props. There he is. So this is information that comes directly from KT's conversation with it. I mean, obviously, this is an image that he's showcasing that Marvel put up because a week from today, even though today is not today anymore for those of you across the pond, we had a live stream. And in that live stream, we're going to talk about the two new champions, but the guy on the right, not Northstar, but Arcade, is what I want to talk about first. Because when I was a kid, one of the first video games I ever played, and it's a game that, let's just say, is not the easiest or the most fun. It's just not. It was called X-Men Arcade's Revenge. And specifically Spider-Man and X-Men Arcade's Revenge. And it was a cool game. And it looks something like this. I played it on the Super Nintendo, though I think it was available on the Sega Genesis as well. And it was using my favorite X-Men Gambit, as well as Spider-Man and Storm and Shocker and Jugs and all this, for the sake of, fun, the sake of difficulty. It was not a fun game. I will say that. But Arcade was always somebody that I had a vivid memory with. Also, Marvel Fandom has the worst website I have ever seen for ads. I mean, you can't even read their stuff before you click off like 17 ads. I don't even know how many people go on Marvel Fandom, but must be enough to get all these ads. Okay, so weird picture, right? The guy looks like he's I don't know, he's kind of a Cain because he's able. That's biblical. But he's an independent assassin for hire. We know that. And his lackeys include Miss Locke, Terrible 2, White Rabbit, Miss Coriander, and Mr. Chambers. Now, I don't know who any of those people are, but Arcade is a sign that Kabam could introduce every one of those characters into MCOC. Because once they introduce or bring in an angle of a known universe, they are opening it up to more champions, and Marvel has so many champs in its universe that I say, why not? Arcade is a hitman who's often hired to take out irksome heroes. While he is normally rather successful, Arcade rarely fares well against true superheroes. Despite his prowess in killing people, Arcade refuses to kill them in typical ways, preferring instead to build giant death traps called murder worlds to kill them. And this is a family-friendly game, so let's hope they don't actually, kill people, just knock them out. Arcade's reputation among the villain community has declined rapidly, and even young superheroes such as Hazmat have cited him as the worst bad guy ever. Not in X-Men Arcade's Revenge. Arcade gave differing accounts of his past life, and as yet, there is no evidence to substantiate any of those accounts. Apparently, Arcade told falsehoods about his past to mislead and confuse his opponents to his own amusement. One of Arcade's accounts stated that he was the spoiled son of a millionaire living in Beverly Hills, California, and killed his own father. What? All right, we're just going to skip ahead to basically the things that we care about from an MCOC perspective the most, because look at all this. Look at all this info. So wild. Here we go. His attributes. He's really smart, not very strong, not very fast, not very durable, has a little bit of energy, and fighting skills. He's a super villain because he's really smart, and that's all. That's it. He's got nothing else. He's got to trick you into being scared of him. I do think it's worth mentioning because I am very excited about this champion. I hope that he is great. And I don't want to sound like I'm not looking forward to learning about Northstar in the same way that I was learning about other champs. But Northstar is, of course, what I prayed to as a kid. It reminds me of the Dallas Stars. So, I don't know what to look at cosplaying emo Quicksilver. I mean, emo Quicksilver. Jean Paul, you know I'm not going to be able to pronounce this. I mean, look at this guy. Is that Zac Efron and Quicksilver had a child? Is that it? Let's flip this around. Look at all these ads, y'all. Look at all these ads. It's crazy. The website is just a bunch of ads. He chose to be great at many things. Things we should all admire for him for. He chose to be a hero. He chose to be a member of Alpha Flight. He chose to be an X-Men. He chose to be a role model. And recently he chose to be a teacher. He could have stayed on an X Squad, but he knew that helping you was so important. It needed to be his full-time task. We honor him today for all those choices. I feel like this would one day be my ideal... This is so dark. My ideal eulogy, but I think that would be a little too generous toward me for, facts. All right. How about this guy? What's he good at? Well, let's look at that. Scroll now. Look at that. Does that look like love or what? Oh, hot. I'm kidding. Look at this. Woo! Emo now looks like he's Abs Lord of the Rings. I don't know. Dawn of White Light. Divided was to Secret Invasion. Oh no. Eventually, when you talk about his abilities, which of course, not very smart. Arcade's got you on that, but everything else. Look at this. What is this? Oh no. I think that I just clicked away from that. I think that that Marvel site gave me a bigger virus than I've ever had in the actual game. That's honestly hilarious. Well, let's end on this, shall we? KT, thank you for all the help you've given me on this channel. You are a good friend. This guy, right there. That's it. That's the face that I'm excited about because it reminds me of Spider-Man and X-Men teaming up for Arcade's Revenge. And I don't know if anybody watching this has ever played that game, but let me know in the comments if you have, because I gotta be honest, I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't even get that far. YouTube wasn't around back then. We had something called Nintendo Power Magazine, which I don't even know. Well, we couldn't afford it when I was growing up, but I don't even know if the answers to the game were in there. Now you can look up tutorials. You might want to do that on YouTube. But for now, yeah, KT1, shout out. Thanks for the info, and MCOC General, thanks for dropping the encouragement of the live stream. Have a good one.